Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on psychotherapy. The story of a man who's writing a book about a serial killer, and then he meets one. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 17. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So, the premise is this guy's trying to write a book on serial killers, and he runs into Steve Buscemi, who tells him he's a retired serial killer and that he wants to consult with him on the book. And the guy agrees and then brings him home and then lies to his wife. Now, him and his wife are having problems, so they lie to him and say he's a therapist or a consultant of some kind, but she interprets that as a marriage counselor or a counselor. I think he says counselor. So she interprets that immediately as a marriage counselor, and he kind of gets roped into being their marriage counselor. So, but then, I'm not sure what happens in the third act, but I think the wife is thinking about killing the husband and maybe attempts to. But then perhaps Steve Buscemi saves him. I'm not sure. It's kind of a black comedy, but it looks kind of funny. So, delightfully deranged. So first act, he's struggling with his book. His wife wants to get a divorce, and he hasn't finished the book in 4 years, and he goes out to a bar and somehow runs into Steve Buscemi. Gets to talking to him about his problems. And Buscemi says, well, I'm a retired serial killer, whatever the hell that is. And he's going to help him write his book. So they go to his house, and somehow the wife mistakes him for a marriage counselor in the process of lying about him. And so now they get roped into being marriage counseling, and and the husband doesn't feel like he can get out of it. So the second act is Steve Buscemi trying to give them marriage advice, and at first it doesn't go well, but then it sort of clicks for her on some level. Meanwhile, the book is going very well, but the question is Steve Buscemi really retired? My guess is not. My guess is this is an elaborate setup for him, so perhaps he could kill both of them? I'm not sure. Or the and he calls the book Psychotherapy, the movie, a shallow tale of a writer who decided to write about a serial killer. So I think one of two things happen. Either Steve Buscemi kills both of them, or tries to, and then they kill him and their marriage is saved. Or the wife tries to kill the husband, Steve Buscemi kills her, and thereby saving the husband. And they stay friends, and he maybe goes back to serial killing, but we don't know. Written and directed by Tolga Karaselik. Wow, what a name. Okay. I would absolutely say this. It sounds funny. Because Steve Buscemi, of course, has that look. He just looks like a weirdo. He's played a lot of weirdos and psychopaths during his career. So, yeah, he could pass for a serial killer, right? They kind of give him a Jeffrey Dahmer look and a mustache. I would absolutely say this. It sounds funny, in a dark way. But how it ends is anybody's guess, because it is a comedy. So probably the most hilarious thing would be that everybody dies in some way, since it's a dark comedy, or that he saves the husband from the wife. Let's see if there's more in the write-up. Now, let's go to the IMDb. Either that, or there's another movie called Psychotherapy. A struggling writer in the midst of a divorce befriends a retired serial killer who incidentally becomes his marriage counselor by day and killing counselor for his next book by night. Yeah, okay. I wonder if he actually teaches him to kill somebody. So here's some more stills from the movie. It looks like Buscemi is showing him the ropes, so to speak. He's got him tied up and he's doing stuff to him. Yeah, 100% I would see this. I hope it goes to theaters. It's got an 8.3 on the IMDb. That's pretty good for the IMDb. They're harsh critics. That is surprisingly high for a low budget movie like this. Normally, a movie like this will hover around 7, but if it gets over 8, that usually means it's really good. So, this says it was made in 2024, so it may have already been out, or maybe just released now. It says coming soon, though. Oh, releases April 18th. April 18th. So look for that. Yeah, in a month. All right. That's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on the green site, the orange site, and the black site for more videos, the spicier videos. Saturday, I'm going to be at ReplayCon. This is in Hamilton, New Jersey, from 9 to 5. I do have copies of book 17 of the Pineys, and I'm very excited about that. Although I ran out of so many books this weekend, I had to order more. So I am out of a couple of books, but at least I got the new one. I'll have number 1 and number 2, which is the ones I tend to sell a lot of. Coming up after that on Sunday is going to be the live stream. But make sure you check my listings for my book tour. I'm always adding dates. I added a date for April today, and we'll be adding more dates hopefully in the very near future. That's all for today. We'll see you